Hello, everybody. Welcome into another great seed here. We've got another edition of the Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament here. My name is Dazed Cloud. I'm joined in the booth tonight by Blastig. How you doing there, bud?
I'm doing fine, and as you can see on sab0tender's side, this is game 3 of the elimination match. You win or you go home here.
Exactly. We've got ourselves a great seed today. We've got a nice sab0tender versus Oneup match. Both guys have won one of their seeds so far. We are in, as it says, like you said, on sab0tender's side, it says do or die there. One of these guys in this incredibly stacked group is going to have their tournament life go out today, and that's kind of unfortunate, but that is the nature of the beast there. For anybody who hasn't been watching any of these seeds yet, we are playing the standard hard mode here, which basically means a standard seed. We're gonna run through escape just like we always do. We're gonna get one of I want to say 6 or 7 different weapons from Uncle here, and then we've got a couple of limitations placed on us. Isn't that right?
The weapon needs to be able to damage, so it can be physical or magical. And if you get a magical weapon, it will give you a full bar of magic.
Right. And we're going to start off with a blue potion from the start there. So that will probably kind of maybe give these guys a reason to go to Kakariko afterwards and immediately get into adding Sick Kid into the list of things they can check. The other great thing about the hard mode thing is that green mail is our maximum mail today. Tempered sword is our maximum sword. And if you like silvers, well, we're not getting them. What we are getting is 10 bombs to start off with.
Bombs are one of the more technical weapons to have in escape. You can see how much they practice with it easily. The best part is you don't have to farm for bombs.
Yeah, that's true. You have to be a little bit careful there. There are a lot of good setups that have been developed over the times here to see exactly, what these guys choose to go here. The one biggest problem with the bomb start is when you get to the back and you have to get that stupid key rat.
Yeah, one common strat is to hold a bomb and walk right into it, but you will need to enough health for that.
Right. And both guys already down to 2 hearts. sab0tender taking a brief second there, going ahead and picking up an additional one. That is one thing you always kind of have to pay a little bit of attention to with the bombs, is because the bombs will hurt you if you're not careful, as sab0tender just displays right there. All right, moving on here. Probably these guys will be looking for, possible prize packs here, because it looks like that was a fairy on sab0tender's side that just popped up here. That means that the green guards and such are actually on the highest prize pack right now, which means that exactly we're going to see a full magic bar and a couple of other things drop. Oh no, sab0tender's going to miss that magic jar at this point.
So we're business as usual, walking down to Zelda Cell. The winner of this matchup will be up against Tiso. Andy has already gone through the winner's bracket, taking the matchup 2-0.
Right. So Andy is through into brackets here. Yeah, and like you mentioned, the winner of this one is going to go and meet Tiso there to see who can join Andy in the bracket stage there. We're slowly whittling this down here. We started at 128 people. Qualifiers had many more than that. And we're gonna slowly whittle this down here. We're gonna start by getting to 64 for a large bracket tournament there, and eventually we're gonna end up with a champion. That's gonna happen in probably late June. So we've got quite a lot of rando for the next 2 months ahead of us.
Yep. Always exciting to see more rando. Although the number of games is going to come down next week, which is kind of a relief actually.
True. Yeah, no, there's been so much rando happening over the past little bit of time here. So, I mean, to be honest though, this is kind of my favorite time of year here. It's just wake up in the morning, just turn on rando, start doing things, just kind of occasionally looking over and seeing what crazy stuff is happening today. There, we've seen all sorts of things. We've seen ped seeds. We've seen hammers in Swamp Palace, hammers on Bombos tablets. I mean, any sort of crazy stuff that you can find, we've been seeing over this past couple of weeks here. Now, both runners here doing pretty well so far here. Oneup, I mean, you can almost give it a slight advantage that he's got one more bomb than sab0tender. Means worst case scenario, he's got at least one more chance to kill this key rat over here. Because moment of truth is coming up here.
Half magic pickup in the escape. Oh, missed that one, and he doesn't have the health anymore.
Yep, this is gonna get iffy. Throws it. He uses his blue potion. Okay. Finally gets it all the way over by the door. sab0tender got his key rat there, down to 1 heart as well. Just gonna stay away from the bomb explosion over there a little bit, and just wait for that explosion to go away. Those bombs stay on the screen for an awful long time as we get another bottle and the bug net here out of the back of escape.
We saw a map in first chest in escape, so the security going to have an item. Let's see what this is.
All right, that's our first heart container of the day. One of the other things, we're going to be maxed out at having exactly 14 hearts today. So,
Well, we have a brief match check on one map. I saw a crystal on eastern, but I didn't see the other two.
yeah, unfortunately, I was looking down there, kind of seeing from a couple people in chat mentioning that it looks like Hera might have been a pendant there. Gonna hope our tracker there, Jaxie, today. Big shout outs to Jaxie. They're doing both the tracking and the restreaming for us today, bringing us this incredibly hyped match here as we pull a cape there out of the Lost Woods drop down.
Yep, cave and half magic. I don't think again is going to be a problem today.
Yeah, that definitely helps. I mean, that definitely helps a lot. As tree pulls bombs. Okay, that's going to be fantastic there. Kind of hope sab0tender takes a quick check at it there. Oh, unfortunately doesn't. So gonna kind of hope for bombs here in the first place of and the first area here in Blind's hideout, or else we're gonna be kind of just hoping.
There's a lot of 3-bomb chests out here. I guess they will just want to want one of those.
Yeah, we'll see here. I mean, there's always the gamble you play when you come in here and you have no bombs that you're not going to find any. As we get a quake in, well, okay, there's the bombs. So sab0tender is going to get bailed out there a little bit. All right, and a blue boomerang in the back. So that's Quake and a blue boomerang there in Blind's basement. Going to move on to the well and a couple of other things. Like to welcome everybody in from SpeedGaming 2 to this match between Oneup and sab0tender. It's a game 3 of the loser brackets in Group Y. There, winner gets to go play TISO 15 for the right to move on to the bracket stage of the tournament. Ooh, there is a mirror there sitting in the well there. That's a nice item to find early.
Yep, you don't want to isolate all those mirror checks when you have Dark World.
That's 100% true there. And that'll open up a whole bunch of different locations for these guys here. As soon as we can make it into there. That's our first step though. We need to figure out exactly where we need to go to get into Dark World. And that is the boots sitting in the chicken house today, so we can finally go fast.
Yeah, we have neither the normal SX package, hammer, glove, and pearl, or the Agnum package, lamp and sword.
Yeah, no, this is great. And there's our glove there off of the sick kid. So that bottle we got out of Link's house was actually extremely useful. As these guys are just gonna hold hands, it looks like. Oh, and then they have decided to go different ways because Oneup is going to buy some bombs. It's an interesting choice there. He had already had 7 bombs, and he went ahead and spent 50 rupees for 3 bombs more.
And library has our 3rd bottle.
We're going to go for bottle percent early today, I guess. And Oneup kind of goes ahead and takes a look at that and just says, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to get that. sab0tender saw something up there. It was extremely quick. I want to say it was a medallion or something, but
well, Oneup saving quit, almost saving quit before he realized it's the moon pearl.
Oh, is that the moon pearl? Oh, okay, yeah. I saw a circle.
I didn't even see anything before sab0tender turns back.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, so we've got ourselves 2 pieces of the of what we need to be able to access the Dark World at this point. sab0tender saves and quits. He's going to go back to Sanctuary here. Kind of expect him to maybe do bonk rocks. Maybe he's going to go and do an early mountain check here and get up to maybe get the old man saved at least.
Yeah, this looks like bonk rock and maybe the numberjack as well.
Oh, and those are the mitts there in the bonk rock, so that's going to be that's Dark World access for sab0tender. They're just at the 12-minute mark, pretty much. sab0tender decides, you know what, forget it, I'm going into Dark World.
Yeah, he can now couple the South Shore with Dark World South Shore, which is a lot of checks that way.
Yeah, I mean that is one really good thing. Now the one problem with sab0tender is he doesn't really have a good way of killing things. He's got some stuff, but nothing that, I mean, you can't be blind. You can't really do anything too crazy right now, as chess game not having much of anything.
I'd be stunning enemies with boomerang and call it a day.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Just hit it with the boomerang and walk away there as we get a quick map chip. Okay, so I got Thieves as a pendant. I got a red crystal on Skull Woods there. Chat helping out there with the rest. It looks like green pendant was Ice Palace. Turtle Rock is the other one, is the other red crystal today. As Sabo's going to go into pendant Thieves down here. Probably just check the first 4. Oneup is over in Ice Rod Cave right now. See if he finds anything in this sphere, well, 1, sphere 0 location. And just a heart piece here, but it's going to set up a water walk, so we're going to get to see a little bit of the Zora area, it looks like, maybe.
Yep, with Boot you can set a double water walk, so you can actually get the Zora ledge as well, but he's not doing that today.
Well, and it looks like sab0tender has taken the couple of chests he could get out of Thieves Town and decided that was enough. I think it was 2 items that he pulled out of there as he finds a sword there in the C-shape house.
Well, that will help us against this point, but that's a pendant, so I don't think we'll see that anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine either of these 2 runners will be going into Thieves Town and clearing the whole thing at this point. That's something they're going to have to think about later, as the brewery, they're not having anything. Oneup's going to make his way here, probably take a quick look at the island here, see what's sitting on that. That's just 3 bombs, so nothing of too interest there. It's got to play games with this whirlpool. That was very close. Oneup nearly got nailed by one of those fireballs. When you're doing that in the fake flipper state, the developers of the randomizer put in a fail-safe there so that if you get hit while you're water walking, you are gonna die. It's a one-hit kill there. They put that in there so that you can hopefully so that you don't soft lock like you would in the or hard lock like you do in the other game. That is a bow sitting there on the ledge.
So we're maybe that's the second bow, we don't know, but Oneup is going to look forward to that flippers.
Yeah. First, we're going to check Bonk Rocks here, and then I wouldn't be surprised to see Oneup immediately turn around to do this. Now, kind of interesting, even though the sab0tender's got the mitts and the mirror. Well, never mind. He gets the flute. I was about to say he didn't check Smith Chain. I kind of expect him to turn around now. Nope. Okay, we're going to go to... There he goes.
Oneup is going to give us a numberjack tree check here.
All right, yeah, it's something we have not seen on either runner's side yet, so... Survey says that's just 100 rupees, so yeah, never mind that.
Well, they still need a few for Zora, if it gives anything.
That is true. If we end up having to go to Zora today, well, I mean, Oneup that does have that information advantage right now. So Oneup does know that the bow is sitting there on the Zora ledge there, and if he wants, he can set up a double water walk to go get it, like you mentioned, or could just wait for flippers, because Swamp Palace, we do have to clear Swamp Palace at some point this seed. sab0tender activates the snitch.
Oneup going to Skull Woods instead of the other part of the Dark Road. Skull Woods is considered part of Dark Road overworld by many runners, but going this early, I'm not sure, but makes sense.
I mean, to be honest, this is a play that I would make. Now, Oneup, it could very, very easily decide something. Could have made a different decision. sab0tender did decide not to go into Skullwoods, as Oneup is. I did not know that. You can just push the, you can pull the block and not get hit by the jelly somehow? All right, sure, why not?
I guess the one difference is sab0tender doesn't have the South Shore yet, so for him, the South Shore is more appealing because all these checks are still out there.
I think you bring up a really good point there, Blastek. That oh, and there's a sword sitting in the front of Skull Woods, so Oneup's going to come out of this Dark World check with a full, what am I saying? Tempered sword, not tempered sword, master sword.
So that's both items in Skull Woods. There's nothing in the back. A sword and a shield.
All right, so I guess the Vanilla Uncle just went ahead and put everything in Skull Woods today. That makes sense. All right, so Hype Cave time here on sab0tender's side, and that is so far looking to be, yeah, exactly what you kind of figured it would be. All right. Ooh, Oneup getting caught there. Went through a screen transition, kind of took off the cape just as he went there. Was able to reactivate the cape there and break himself free.
So the next big progression here is gonna be hammer and or the hook shot, which gives us most of Death Mountain.
Right. Yeah, we need something to kind of keep going here. Now we haven't gone over to Sasharala yet. We haven't been to Eastern Palace. Haven't been to Pod yet. There's not really a way to get to Pod right now that's in logic, but I mean, I would imagine both of these runners have other means of getting there if they wanted to. As North Dark World is looking to be a bit of a bust over on Oneup's side, so he's going to run back into the Village of Outcasts and see that. And as we get our first look at the Bushcrab, who's dropping big 20s today, so if sab0tender wants, he could take this route all the way to Zora, and we could get a look at what Zora is hiding.
sab0tender's road looks like it's going to be the dam, and next will be the Gina's cave.
Does kind of seem that way, as Oneup does pick up his Master Sword. As instead, we're just gonna flute away here for sab0tender, and yep, going to the desert. So good call there from Blastek for sure.
I mean, I was more thinking he'd run there, but I forgot the flute.
Well, we're gonna get a mire check anyway, and Bombos on mire. God, Sabo, you got to give us a little bit better look than that. I want to say that was Bombos, but it could have been Quake. Or if it's Bombos, it's in the shed right here. As quick look at the desert ledge, is a cane of Samaria as well.
So if it's Quake or Bombos, that makes Mire beatable, although out of logic without lamp. But runners of this level knows their Mire dark rooms.
Yeah, the trick with it is the fire source there. Mire is possibly beatable at this point. It's yeah. If that big key is locked on the on the left side of Mire, there, that is this, and that's not even mentioning how much fun the Vidi fight would be at this point with 2 bombs and and a fighter sword here. I think you might be better off coming back later.
Yep, that's totally true.
I mean, it's doable. Not a whole lot. I mean, it's not a whole lot of fun. You'd be there for 5 minutes, but it's doable.
I mean, I measure math, so for us, a theoretically possible is enough.
Yeah, exactly. There you are. All right, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Sabo got both items there out of Desert Palace.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so Oneup's going to go ahead. He's going to turn in his smiths and do his purple chest as well, probably. And yeah, no, Sabo's just going to jump straight in. This is a play on sab0tender's side for sure.
Just here for the items.
I mean, if you're here and you get the big key, I kind of think you still probably go back to Vidi. I don't know. It's hard to say because, I mean, it's like we said, that fight is slow.
Yeah, it's slow, but with cape, half magic, a green goo and a blue goo, it's not really at risk of dying, but it's just slashing for a good 2 years.
Well, you see, the thing is, you can't even slash on Vidi there at this point. You'd have to spin him the entire time. I mean, like, I've had to do things like that in a cross key seed and an entrance seed, right? But you can do that. You can use your bombs. I mean, there's ways to try to take down the damage here as we get a key out of that first chest. And Oneup goes ahead, picks up his flute, and he's going, but I'm carrying the purple chest now. So he's kind of deciding, what do I do here? So he's going to go turn in the purple chest first. It's kind of unfortunate for Oneup that just happened to be in this way.
Meanwhile, we see the first item in Mire is a green 20, which means it's an item that exceeds the hard mode restriction. It could be a mail, it could be this time probably a hard piece or hard container.
Yeah, very easily. Yeah, mail, mail or a heart container is pretty much exactly it, because neither of the runners have enough swords to make this. As sab0tender continues to look here, hasn't found the big key yet, found one item. Might have just realized, oh, I came in here without fire.
Yeah, without the fire source, this check should be the last.
All right, so that's a whole lot of nothing right there. Okay, so sab0tender is he's gonna leave and gonna wander over here, check checkerboard cave. Now knows for sure that the big key is over on the left side. So, I mean, loses a little bit of time to that play, but Mire is one of the easier dungeons. There's the fire rod. Oh no.
Everything under a doormat today.
Okay, so sab0tender is going to go clear some dungeons really fast. He's probably going to go to desert first here, I'd imagine.
Meanwhile, while following up to the Mire area, we'll see if he checked the checkerboard cave before entering the dungeon.
Yeah, that's going to be the key there. If you go to checkerboard cave, as Oneup actually gives us a good look at the Quake medallion requirement there. On Oneup's side, I kind of feel like he's much more likely to go ahead and complete Mire, provided he picks up the thing. He's got a Master Sword. A Master Sword plus Cape for Vidi is so much better. especially half magic plus cape. You can just put on the cape there and just mash away until Vidi dies. Basically, takes a little bit of time, but not nearly as much as trying to do it with fighter sword would.
One of sab0tender looks like he is going to score Uj, right?
Yeah, this that would seem to be his plan there. Hopefully, he checks the front before going to Moth, and he can pick up the Master Sword there, make his Moth fight a little bit easier. But I don't know. We'll have to see.
I don't think he will do because it's a full clear here. Usually we do that from back to front and walk out to the graveyard ledge as such.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's the standard play here, and yeah, that's exactly what Sabo is doing there. It's kind of unfortunate knowing that he, if he had just walked in that front door and gone one screen to the right, he'd have a considerably easier Moth fight. I mean, Fighter Sword Moth is just one of those things that I don't care who you are. It's not a great fight.
Yeah, definitely not fun to do, but they have a lot of things, and you can actually slash Maslow under cape now.
That is true, yeah. There's ways to make it a little easier. Now, Oneup is going to go, and he's going to go to Checkerboard Cave first here, so this is going to work out really well for him, because he's going to pick up his Fire Rod here, and then I'm not surprised if he doesn't immediately finish Desert and Mire at the same time here.
Yep, the good thing is the Mire's big key is in one of slower locations, so Sable doesn't really lose that much time, but it's definitely a feel bad.
100%. I mean, coming back here in a little bit there, he'll be able to do it real fast. I mean, the big thing for Oneup is, it's a one-on-one race, so any sort of little routing, efficiencies or advantages that you can get can really add up here. As having a little trouble killing that Gibdo with the Fire Rod there. Unfortunately, missed a couple of shots. Pretty sure Sabo's still got a blue potion here, so worst case scenario, if Sabo wants to burn that, he can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, a blue and a green. Oneup uses the blue in escape, but he got a refound red in Waterfall Berry.
So Oneup is definitely having time, and Moth is in full-on jerk mode there, staying at the top of the screen on those spikes. Yes. Super fast Landmo kill over on Oneup side there. He's going to take down Landmo. That's crystal number 1, and sab0tender is still working on this Moth. Finally,
Very good. Sorry.
Look at that boomerang. Look at that style.
Yep, I remember he does this like every race. A trademark move.
All right, gonna go in here. Check the chest under the bridge. Don't believe that this is anything. Both of the items I believe you mentioned were up front.
Yep, a sword and a shield.
Okay, Oneup quickly checks the thing, flutes, and comes immediately back to 6, and he's going to go into Misery Mire and just clear out the dungeon in one shot here. Get to see exactly what's on the left side now. We know one thing is going to be the big key, but we don't know if the other one's going to be an item or if the item's going to be on Vidi.
Yep, and actually our options are getting narrowed down pretty much a lot now. We only have Zora, the last item in Mire, for our rest of the dark Death Mountain access, or it
Yeah.
could just be sorry.
Oh no, I think you're right. Yeah, there's not a whole lot left. To be honest, if I'm the runners at this point, I'm with that flute in hand, I'm really thinking about going ahead and setting up that double water walk to go and get that bow and just sequence breaking that immediately and just saying, you know what, I'm not even waiting for the flippers. I want to go clear a couple. I want to at least clear one more dungeon.
And oh yeah, and Sasha's hut too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's over there as well. So I mean, like, if I'm them, that's probably my next play. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do. They might decide to do something else here. sab0tender had. Wait, no, I'm getting my races mixed up. Nobody's been to Catfish in this one. I was thinking of an earlier race I was watching.
Yeah, with that many randos a day, mix-ups are inevitable.
Oh, definitely. But like I said, I mean, I'm not going to complain too much. You just get rando after rando after rando, one race to another race. I believe there's another race going on right now on SpeedGaming 3. If I mean, honestly, if you like rando, this is Christmas.
Yep. I think it's Imosar versus P-Train. I'm not sure the other. What? Oh,
Right,
another green 20.
Yeah, so that's so unfortunate for Oneup here. We know that that's going to put the big key in the
cutscene.
Yeah, so he's going to go check all of these because I don't want to do cutscene chess.
No one does. But I heard it's actually not. It's actually as long as all the other cutscenes. It just feels longer.
Oh yeah, it's 17 seconds. But because you're not seeing it move, I think your brain is just like, oh come on, hurry up.
So I guess sab0tender is trying to rescue the old man.
It looks like it here. Not a whole lot you can check up here, but the old man gives you an item. Unfortunately, only 3 bombs, though.
I mean, at this point, our hammer can actually just be on the mountain or in Spike Cave.
It could just be in Hera, too. I mean, so there's, yeah, actually, well, it can't be in Spike Cave because we do need the hammer to get into Spike Cave. But
oh yeah, we need that.
Up here is definitely a possibility. How about the flippers there sitting on Spec Rock? Though that gets you your bow in logic, so that's a good find for sab0tender.
Yep, and with that flipper, I imagine he'd go to door area after if Hera comes up with nothing.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the biggest question is do you go directly to, if you get that bow, do you go directly to Eastern Palace, or are you going to go and mirror, go back to the Village of Outcasts, come in through the Dark World, so that you could theoretically get to Pod because without that hammer, we're starting to really run low on places for it to be here.
No hook shot, so we're going to climb Tower Hera the slow way, but we need to get a big key from the first floor here.
All right, sab0tender taking his coffee break there, sitting on that little colored switch peg, and just going to take a second. As Oneup is working his way through the dark back of this here, going for dark spooky, not getting it. So unfortunately, gonna have to blast open the wall. Just getting the dark spooky, trying, even attempting it is impressive. It's quite hard to do. As sab0tender, oh no, was he on the corner? Oh no, that's bad.
I wasn't watching. Did he just not open the chest?
I think what happened is he might have been on the corner of this. Where you're standing on here is if you're on the corner of one of those pegs, one of those switches there, you can actually get stuck. If you're like in between two of them, it's really bad when that happens there. Oneup just going to decide to spin here. Needs to be a slightest bit careful. Goes ahead and pops another potion here and then goes ahead and takes out the rest. Surprised he's not just going to keep that cape on and then just pound at Viddy here. And yeah, that's what he decides to do. Poor Viddy. Can't even see what's hitting him.
Oops, actually accidentally hitting the quick stop, equipping the cape, but Viddy is still down.
Oh, that could have been really bad if he had luckily the poison there on the floor hit him and not Viddy. If Viddy had hit him, that would have been an immediate death there because Viddy hits hard. But either way, that is crystal number 2 for Oneup. Okay, sab0tender deciding not to take the bomb jump across the pit here in Hera. Finds just 5 rupees here, so it kind of looks like Hera might be a bust as well. I've seen 1 item. Did we see 2 items, though, in here?
I think the first item is small key. The one before tower room is map, so I think more don't have the other.
All right. Well, Sashirala's got nothing as sab0tender is going on for his Moldorm fight here. Moldorm is trying to hide, but sab0tender tracks him down there in the corner and goes ahead and picks up a piece of heart there, but crystal number 2. So, oh no, wait, that is a red pendant. Sorry, that was a crystal for a reason.
So I guess that our bow is our answer here.
Yeah, it does kind of seem that way. We got to go get those flippers and get up there to get that bow. Instead, sab0tender is just going to go, I got dungeons to clear, so he'll go and take care of both of these.
Well, the good news for Sabo is Oneup is likely to go through Hera as well because of the limited option. Or maybe he know there's a bow, he just take the flipper and leave.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking Oneup is more likely to just bail on Hera. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, if you climb all the way up here, there's a pretty good chance you're going to be like, okay, let me check what's in Hera. Which unfortunately will be a full clear. Now, the question is if would Oneup decide to go all the way to the basement and go get that small key and go through Hera? It's I don't know. We're going to see that in just a second. Oh, Oneup seeing that small key and just saying that's going to tell you everything you need to know right there. Small key, nope, not doing this.
Yep.
And sab0tender there, the worms kind of tried to get him there, but he went ahead and nice recovery there. Gets crystal number 2 there as he takes down Lanmo. Oneup is on his way to go take down the moth, it looks like, or maybe he's going to make the full run around.
Yeah, hedging your bet that the answer is pod instead of eastern. And maybe go to catfish as well. Oh, the whole run around from North Swallow, catfish, get a bow, and then go to pod.
This makes sense here because I mean you're going to be able to go get catfish. You're going to be able to see what's over on this side of the world. You'll probably just swim out of Zora's domain there, and then give yourself at least the option of being able to go into pod.
Yep, and check hobo with that mire as well. That's very true.
Yeah, no, this is really good, efficient routing from Oneup there. Like, you could just blast Eastern Palace there and hope, but like, that's less likely in a lot of ways because Eastern Palace only has the 3 items, and it's the hammer on catfish anyway.
So Flippers is locking everything here. Hold short, we're short, Ice Rod, and potentially Turtle Rock medallion, right?
Yes. We don't know what's going on Turtle Rock right now, and we don't have hook shot either. So at some point, we're gonna have to figure out where those are. But I mean, we've got the whole Palace of Darkness ahead of us to clear. Wouldn't be surprised for hook shot to show up there.
Yep, I think Wong is going to go this continue his old route all the way to eastern for clear, and then he'll check the mountain to see if anything big is in that. We have the entire mountain access.
True. I'm a little surprised Oneup is running out of here. He's pulling out the flute though, so he's gonna just flute immediately from here and go to the flute spot number 5 so he can go to pod in Eastern. Might have been faster to just save and quit from that, from picking up the bow there on the ledge. Hard to say though. Either way, it's not going to be a huge time difference either way. Maybe 5 seconds tops. Now, this is kind of the unfortunate thing for sab0tender right now is he is in the back of Misery Mire right now. He's gonna go fight Vidi. He's making his way through the dark rooms there. He's got through the hardest one, no problem. Now the biggest issue for him is that there is a bow that would make his Vidi fight so much easier sitting on the Zora ledge. The problem is Sabo has not been over there, so he wouldn't know about it. So he's gonna have the same fight as Oneup did. Now clearing through just fine here. As Oneup makes his way into the Palace of Darkness here, he's gonna combo this with Eastern Palace, be able to get a good 8 checks done without any problem.
We saw 2 small keys in the non-Bollock side. For now, not big key.
Sabo going for the nice easy strats here on Vidi, where you just sitting right in front of him and just start pounding on that sword until everything dies.
Yup, while you're slashing, magic doesn't consume, so he is slashing far longer than he should be able to, but it's enough anyway.
Sabo needs to be a little bit careful here. That magic's getting a little bit low. Ooh, that's close. that was awfully close there.
So we have our first item pod, a fire shield, not useful to the runners, I suppose.
And that is crystal number 4 for sab0tender. Just crystal number 3, right? Sorry, crystal number 3 for sab0tender. That's right, Hera. I got it. One of these times I'm going to remember that Hera was a pendant, not that.
Looks like sab0 is doing the same trip to Catfish, to Zora, and to everything he needs for Pod and Eastern.
This is smart routing from both runners here. As now sab0 is going to have a Skullwoods clear on Oneup, but both items were found there, so at this point it's pretty close to even, maybe a little bit of an advantage to Oneup there, because sab0 did go ahead and clear Tower of Hera already.
Well, we wouldn't know until we find the eighth rod.
True. I mean,
and hook shot.
Nothing is over until those awful items show up.
What? I'm not getting bullied in the dark maze here. Drinks a red goo and gets a heart increase on heart.
Yeah, that's always the way. I mean, that's always the way. You pop the potion to be safe. The very next chest you open is a heart refill, and you just sit there and you kind of want to scream. Okay, sab0tender about to see his hammer. Feel really happy about that. Check a couple of these other things here. Gonna get, I think it was, you had mentioned it was a red goo in here as well. Oh no, it was from the waterfall fairy.
Yep, that's a refill. He sab0 didn't take it.
So, answer a quick question in chat about why people bonk when they're doing catfish there. What will happen is there's certain areas where you can, I want to say X coordinates, or where if you mirror from that spot there, it's a quick warp. It saves actually quite a decent amount of time. You'll notice the difference between a quick warp and a regular warp there, if you're paying attention there, because like the whole warp song animation there will be kind of cut off, and it'll save you not a ton of time, but like it's noticeable. And that one's pretty easy there, as Clear Mouse does help me out there with a nice 34 frames exactly there. So I mean, it's not a full second, but it's pretty close. All right, Oneup going into his Helma fight here, trying for the spin speed here, having a little difficulty getting it to land there. It can be kind of tricky there, because Helma does create a fair amount of lag there. Looks like he's got it though, and yeah, Helma went down nice and fast over on Oneup's side.
Yep, and the reason you want spin speed there is because it extends your hammer hitbox, so he can hammer the jewel way more easily than it should be.
And into Eastern Palace goes Oneup here, so we are still looking for a couple of items. Kind of surprised that Pod didn't have anything.
I mean, it's a crystal pod, not a pendant pod, so...
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you're right. Oh man, what was it? There was a race the other day where a pendant pod had legit 4 required items, with one of them being on Helmasaur.
Ouch.
Yeah, no, it was unbelievable. And what was even funnier is that both of the runners somehow managed to not like leave early. they got everything. It was just like, what sort of vision are you guys using? As we're gonna dash through a bunch of straight hallways here, and as we're kind of waiting for our next bit of progression to show up, let's say go ahead and, if you could, go ahead and give these runners a good follow here. They are fighting for their tournament lives right now. Both Oneup and sab0tender are great members of the community here, really great people. Definitely appreciate everything that they do for this rando and everything else here. Also, if you could, big shout outs again to our tracker and restreamer today, Jaxie, for clicking the buttons and basically putting this entire show on for us here. And my name's Daze Cloud, and thank you again for joining me in the booth today, Blastig.
And it's my first commentary in a long while. I'm glad to have you two calming down.
I didn't even know you were nervous. Okay, so we're fully into both of now. It's kind of something we haven't really mentioned yet, as Oneup is checking this chest. This chest is still out of logic. Now it's going to have probably nothing. Yeah, that's a piece of heart. Now, also Helmasaur is out of logic, so is the Dark Maze. So technically we're not supposed to be able to finish Palace of Darkness yet, because we don't have the lamp.
And those items being nothing probably tell us lamp is actually not that important this speed.
Yeah, very, very true here. Just because, man, runners of this caliber usually don't need a lamp anyway. But at the same time, that lamp has this really great ability to be somewhere absolutely stupid.
Yup, and something like the Turtle Rock, right before Roller Room or whatever. But the thing is, its bigger implication is its logic implication than its usefulness, especially with half magic.
Mm-hmm. All right, and that's a nice, perfect quick kill over on Oneup screen of those Armos Knights. Takes him down. Crystal number 4 for him. sab0tender, not too far behind, is in the Palace of Darkness right now. He's working his way down to grab the last couple of chests here, and then he'll make his way to Helma and immediately to the other thing. And now Oneup, oh, I guess, I was about to say, did Oneup leave some stuff in there?
Looks like it's going to be hobo into pyramid here.
That does make sense. So our next progression's got to be something a little bit interesting. A hook shot gives us the ability to clear swamp. Trying to think what else. What else do we have right now? We've done part of the smith chain. Weren't able to do hammer pegs at the time.
And we have the entire East Death Mountain and Dark Death Mountain, so our progress is probably there, but which it will be is the question.
Now, if I'm Oneup, might be a little bit more tempted to go up to Dark Death Mountain at this point. Oneup, I know can hover, so if he wants to go and sequence break hookshot cave, he could, but he'd be looking for the ice rod and pretty much the ice rod only if he did that. Because, you know, well, outside of that first chest and hookshot cave there, hookshot, you know, can't be in the other ones there because that just breaks the game.
Well, he'll need a hookshot for swamp later, but not now.
Right. It looks like he might actually just be coming up here, and I see with him coming up here, I expect him to just go ahead and at the very least attempt to get the other 3 chests in Hookshot Cave.
I mean, this is his only way to east. The other way is for the hookshot, so he has to be up here. But does he check spiral first to go from below?
What was that? That's something on the thing. Yeah, both Oneup and myself are like craning our necks trying to see. Wait, what is that on the thing? That's the ice rod.
Well then.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the very bottom of the spread, and both Oneup and I could see the very bottom of it, but couldn't see the rest of it. So we're sitting there just trying to figure out what is that thing, and yeah, that was important.
To be honest, I almost dismissed that as a hard piece from that tiny sprite.
Yeah, it's tough here. So Oneup's going to go ahead. He's going to come up through Super Bunny, grab the 2 chests here, immediately go and get that ice rod, and yeah. Oh, is he not done Paradox? Have we not done Paradox Cave? Oh, I guess not. Yeah, of course.
Nope, we just got here. So for all we know, Oneup could be in Gomo before he Turtle Rock.
Oh, that's what he's hoping for is to have to make that decision of, well, should I go mirror off the mountain, flute down, and go finish Swamp first, or should I go the other way? As welcome in Raiders from SpeedGaming 4 here. We've got a great race here between Oneup and sab0tender. This is a game 3. Winner goes on in the tourney here. Loser unfortunately has their tournament life end as Paradox Cave turns out to be nothing. Right now we've got Oneup having a little bit of advantage. Did just see that ice rod sitting up on the floating island, which will give him access to finish Turtle Rock. sab0tender just a little bit behind.
I mean, you full clear Turtle Rock, but you are on here, right?
Oh, of course. Or you get hookshot and you're in go mode. Well, almost go mode. Could be ether on Turtle Rock, so we need to go up there and check the medallion requirement. But there is a what are we at here? A 66% chance that we're going to be in go mode. All right, Oneup's going to go around the corner here, and we're going to see it's ether on Turtle Rock. We are not in go mode. We still got to find some things.
Well.
Well, let's start here. We got 4 items in Hookshot Cave. First 2 are a complete bust. Here, still looking for that last gold coin. And it's not here.
I guess now you go to Swamp. Or do you want to just buy the blood and go to Hera first?
Oh man, that is a decision to make right there. I think Oneup might do Spike Cave, but if you're gonna stay up here, you're probably doing Hera. You're gonna Hera pot up to the top, and I think that's gonna. If he does that, there was 1 item in the big chest there. Now it was only 5 rupees. but that'll also be in the back of Oneup's mind.
Yep. And we see
Unfortunately,
the...
gonna have to reactivate the spin speed here. Well, pause buffers to get that Harapot just right. Gets it down, no problem there. Sabo, unfortunately, getting a little bullied by this one red Igor here. Takes him down. He's going to go into his Armos Knights.
So at this point, Oneup knows there's an item in big chest, but I think he was still good. Who knows, actually?
Yeah, he would know that there's an item there in the chest for sure. Now he's just going to have to sit there and probably think to himself, well, if it's ether, well then, dang. Oh, good old ether medallion. It's not the ice rod, but it might as well be the ice rod, because that thing can be anywhere right now except for Turtle Rock. So good luck guessing here. So we went from this seed being over in like the next 15 minutes to, well, I don't know.
Well, at least it can be internal lock or consolidation.
That is a good point there. So there's basically 6 places right now that we know it cannot be, since we got Turtle Rock and Mimic Cave. As Oneup's going to give us a quick Spike Cave look and find out that it's just the Ether Medallion. That's it. Oneup is in go mode at 1 hour and 5 minutes 19 seconds.
So not invading his one pass. So yeah, let's go, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's time. Oneup has to go and clear Skull Woods. Now sab0tender has already done that. sab0tender's coming in here. He's gonna go get his hook shot. He saw the ice rod up on the mountain. He's gonna go pick that up at any point. sab0tender has already been in Hera, so he's not gonna waste any time there. Big question for sab0tender: does he go to Spike Cave?
Yep. If he don't, he's going to hard left location it, because it's the only thing left in the mountain. So if he wants to do Spike Cave, he does it now, right after his hook shot hit.
Yeah, this is gonna be real close now. Oneup will go ahead. He'll get these four items of junk in here, a couple of bombs, and maybe a heart piece. Nothing interesting. Still kind of looking for, tempered sword and such like that. Neither runner has tempered sword, so eh. But we're gonna see, like, if sab0tender decides to run over to Spike Cave, which I kind of think he will. Then we've got ourselves a serious race here. Do you go back in the portal? Okay, yeah, he does. We're going to Spike Cave here, so we might be going to Swamp at exactly the same time here.
Yep, that sounds about right. Maybe a little earlier.
Oh, that's right. This is bad. Gonna have to run back up the mountain now. Because, yes, that's right. Sabo has not done any of the Paradox Cave yet. Because that's right, we just got this. Got the ability to clear this.
Well, a Paradox Cave will lead him back up the mountain, so he will be behind, but maybe not that much.
We hope. That's the thing. Because if he If he flutes away after doing Paradox Cave and just says, ah, forget Spike Cave. Nothing's ever in Spike Cave. Oneup going ahead, and he's going, oh, God, I'm on Master Sword. Let me buy some potions. Let's make sure that we're safe here. Oneup is going to flute to 4, and he's off to Swamp Palace. sab0tender's next move here is going to be really, really important. Okay, not saving and quitting, but also not jumping across the gap. That's really worrying. Got the flute, and sab0tender is leaving.
Well, what can we say? I think that's the race.
It's very, very likely, unfortunately, because Oneup is going to go mode Swamp Palace here, and sab0tender is going to full clear it here. That in of itself is about a 3-minute difference. And best case scenario for sab0tender is when he's full clearing Swamp, he grabs Tempered Sword. Oneup doesn't grab Tempered, and he can try to make up a little bit of time in the Gauntlet and the Ganon fight and such like this. But I mean, Oneup is a excellent player, and he's got excellent execution. It's really hard to make up time against him. All right, we're going to the back here on Oneup's side.
One of the new tricks found after the last tournament, you can clip through the rail and jump down.
Okay. 2 chests there in the flooded room, not really having anything for Oneup. Probably going to get this one last chest here, just a heart piece. So Oneup is going to be at least on Master Sword heading into Turtle Rock here, as sab0tender, yep, is going to take the time to go down to the bottom here, check a few more things.
So when we're coming to the August fight with Master Sword, the best bet is to double spin, but just slashing away is good enough too.
All right, that just answers one question here. Now, that is sab0tender just did find the lamp, of all things. So Oneup is 100% not getting that. That does add a little bit of intrigue into the Ganon fight, because Oneup's gonna have to fight Ganon with the Fire Rod. He'll have to hit Torch Glitch with the Fire Rod. Oneup does get crystal number 6 here, so we're gonna be up to Turtle Rock in just a minute on his side. Now, Sabo is headed back here to fight Argus. Didn't check left side. I saw the compass. I don't believe I saw the map.
Oh, they are in the same room.
Oh, they're in the same room? Okay, never mind. So there's 2 items in here. Oneup's probably going to go back in then.
Oh, there's really not much else to talk about here. So with both runner are very good randomizer player. Please shout out to them and follow them.
All right, Sabo's going for this over on, got the Argus fight here. He's got the fire rod. Who's got to be a little careful here. 2 hearts. If somehow Argus does hit him, that's gonna be, that'll send him to, that'll kill him there. But instead, looks like Argus is the one exploding there. So there we go. And sab0tender picks up crystal number 6. Now, if he can Galaxy Brain Spike Cave right now, there's a chance, but I kind of imagine sab0tender's going to think, you know what, I got to go in and get those 2 chests on the left side, and there he goes. All right, Oneup's going to go ahead. He gets through this little torch puzzle over here, pulls the hook shot to pull himself off the platform there so he can go a little bit quicker. Still going to be opening a few chests on the way here. Oneup is definitely going to be hoping for... Going to hope for a tempered sword because nobody wants to do Master Sword Silverless. It's a... not a fun fight. It takes a long time, and it just takes a long time.
He's getting a pretty good key layout now. He got 2 small keys and a big key in the front 3, so there's a chance he can skip the big chest or the laser blade.
Alright, so we've seen the big key here, so I don't believe we'll need to go to the lava chest today. I don't think Oneup will take any time doing that. Probably steal the key from the pokey here. So I guess really what it comes down to here, after all of this, it really comes down to Oneup being a bit more efficient with his mountain checks. He did Spiral and Paradox Cave at the same time. Sorry, that's an amazing bunny sprite.
I wouldn't say Sabo's route is inefficient because if he nailed the bump jump across the gap, he'd be right up there as well for Spike Cave.
It really just comes down to that one extra check. Spike Cave's not a fun check to do. It's kind of slow, and it's one that's easily forgotten. And unfortunately for sab0tender, it looks like we're now headed to Ice Palace.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he forgot it, but I think he changed his mind after failing that bomb jump, which is pretty unfortunate.
Well, he didn't even go for the bomb jump. Like he just basically decided, you know what? He just walked right off the platform and then fluted away. Well, you're gonna see Hobo at least now, and Oneup is still missing a key, so we're gonna have to find it here on Laser Bridge. At least Oneup is hoping for it,
and find a small key as well. Oh, he will find a small key, but not the tender sword here.
Small key in its vanilla location there at the very last chest of Laser Bridge, as Oneup got something like 450 rupees out of it. And looks like we're going to be fighting Trinex today with the hammer here on Oneup's side. Kind of a tricky fight to do here. Don't expect Oneup to have too much trouble with it there. He's going to looks like he's got the first 3 hits there pretty easily.
And change to fire up before the 5th hit, so he because when your head is exploding, you can switch item.
And then, yeah, using the Fire Rod and the Master Sword there in conjunction with each other to go ahead and take down the rest, take down that Ice Head. Adventures in Quick Trinex.
And Trinex clothing, we are about to get our 7th crystal, so it's time for our usual Gans Tower Big Key guessing game. If the spot starts, yep, here it is. There are 22 chests in Gans Tower first floor or basement. Could you guess this in? Where do you think the big key will be in? What's your number?
Oh, I don't know. I usually just pick whatever the number that first pops into my head is. I'll go with 14. What do you got there, Plastic?
Same here. The first number that pops into my mind in today is 12.
12? All right, that works. Unfortunately, sab0tender, we're going to go even the long way through Ice Palace right now. Oneup is just, unfortunately, that Ether Medallion is just going to give Oneup just a massive lead at this point. But we should be able to find out here. Big question is Oneup going to find a Tempered Sword? All right, looks like we're going to go left first here. Maybe, oh my god, it's key number 1 there, sitting on the torch. Okay, if you're Oneup, are you going to no, we were just going to mirror out. Now, there's an argument there to be made to go possibly to one more room over to possibly find a Tempered Sword sitting there in the Stalfos room. It wouldn't take much time at all. But, nah, let's just go.
Do you remember what was the boots? It's very early, right?
I mean, yeah, the argument is pretty much that if you doing Master Sword Silverless, no matter what, is I'd say probably at least a good maybe 3 minutes. If you find a Tempered Sword in that side, you're gonna save yourself a ton of time.
Yeah, like half that time because you only need to do 12 spins instead of 24.
Right. I mean, like, you get half magic, you get a cape, yeah, but I mean, like, the final phase of Ganon is stressful. You got to remember, these guys are fighting for their tournament lives right now. Oneup's not showing it at all, which incredible kudos to him here. Not showing it at all, but there's got to be some nerves.
Oh yeah, there's always going to be nerves because you don't know where your opponent is.
Yeah. Oneup doesn't know that sab0tender, unfortunately, has just completely missed the Ice Rod. Not the Ice Rod, Ether Medallion. So, now we're going to take a second there, save a little bit of magic there. Still got a blue potion. Kind of be surprised to see him pop it at this point.
Oh well, I hear a beep because I think that tiny bit of magic is not enough for a fire rod, actually.
Went ahead and Went ahead and burned one of the potions there. That'll work there. Kind of thought he might just save it and kill Landmo and then go pick up one of the small pots and then use Lamp to light the torches in the puzzle there. There's not a huge difference between Lamp and Fire Rod in Torches Run.
Well, if he do that, if he has a lamp, and then it's
Oh,
in
right, you don't have the lamp. Right. Good call. So yeah, he had to burn that potion. Sorry, I was thinking lamp for sure. So yeah, Oneup's got a bit of a fight ahead of him still.
Well, he still has a glue and a golden bead. That should be enough.
I mean, the golden bee is your friend. Okay, sab0tender into a cold stare fight here. Gonna grab something off of this, setting him up there, getting a couple of nice extra hits off of this fire rod. Down goes cold stare. No tempered sword again for Oneup, unfortunately. We got one chest remaining. Picks up his green pendant, sab0tender does. And we're gonna go across the way here for Oneup here. Quick hook shot opens up the chest, finds 20, and we are Master Sword Silverless over on Oneup side.
And here we are, the Agony 2 fight. It's still got blue balls, but he has 3 clones, so it's more easier to get hits if you angle yourself right.
That might have been a double there on the very first phase here. Got a single on that one for sure. Not the best pattern. A nice double there. Probably looking for at least one more hit, maybe 2. I guess it is going to be 2 hits, and down goes Aga 2, and it's time to fight the pig.
It looks like we got a mushroom on green pendant.
sab0tender's got is just getting drugged all over Hyrule right now. Hopefully he gets up to Spike Cave and see exactly what happened up there, but we'll see in just a minute as Oneup is about to go into the Ganon fight.
Sabo is going to probably Siege Town and Hammer Packs.
All right, 12 spins with the Master Sword on the first phase here. Oneup kind of forcing himself in between Ganon and the wall, so that way he can get a couple of double spins there. 12 spins first phase, 12 spins second phase, 4 for phase 3, and then a grand total of a whole lot, 24 spins for phase 4 once we get there.
Well, that's a good corner to be in. He has to be careful. He has 5 hearts. 5 hearts is 2 hits. Or Ganon Hawk, I guess.
That's a good use of the cape right there to just be like, you know what, I'm going to hide. We're on to phase 3 right now. And Oneup's not going to take any chances here. Goes ahead and burns the potion. Gotta hit the torch glitch here. No problem there. Hits it like a pro.
Yep. No trickle here. If you light the torch right as Ganon arrives at this spot, you can have enough time to get 3 hits in per torch.
Yeah, it looks like Oneup is getting these triples in there. That's kind of an awkward position there. Still got it though. And when Ganon goes up to the top right, when you have to light the torch, it can be kind of difficult to get the time over there. But Oneup has practiced this fight many times. It looks like just in complete control of it, got the rhythm. about halfway through the fight already. As sab0tender is making his way into Thieves Town, unfortunately, just trying to find that Ether Medallion. Unfortunately, left it in Spike Cave today. Wisely just deciding, you know what, I'm not going to force it there. Worst thing that could happen to him right now would be to fall off. Just in complete control, though. And that is going to be that there. Ganon is exploding. Oneup has saved Hyrule. More importantly, Oneup is going to move on into the next round. He's going to face TSO15. Get your GGs into chat as Oneup does cross the line there with a race time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, 45 seconds there. GG's to sab0tender. GG's to Oneup.
And looking at the race time chat room, nothing yet. Let's see if we can get Oneup in. Yep, he's in the Sarah channel.
Yeah, it looks like Oneup is there. We're gonna go ahead, and anytime that he's ready, he can just jump on up here. We can talk to him for a couple minutes. As looks like we've got sab0tender there in his Ganon fight, and we are now not Ganon fight, in his blind fight, and we're now joined in the booth by Oneup there. How you doing there, bud?
Doing good. GG's to Sabo. That was I don't know. That was I don't know what to say about that too much.
It was a seed. The biggest thing of this, I saw you guys talking in the race time room there, is was Spike Cave. What led you towards that?
You know, like I'd skipped Hera early because I didn't have the hook shot, and I knew the big key was down in the basement, and I don't know, like I don't feel like a real hurry to go do Hera when I don't have the hook shot, knowing that, you know, I'm going to have to go down to the basement to clear it otherwise. So, you know, I'd kind of put that off, and then when the hook shot did show up on Dark Death Mountain, you know, like, it really made a lot of sense when I went back to Hera to do Spike Cave on my way out, so...
I don't know, it definitely paid out for you there. It really basically gave you the game here, as unfortunately sab0tender has gone ahead and put in his forfeit there, and we're now joined in the booth by sab0tender. Make sure everybody get your GGs into chat there for Sabo as well. How you feeling there, Sabo?
Not great. That's a bad feeling, that one. Not gonna lie. Thought things were going pretty good. I thought it was just being kind of silly, and I was gonna have to clear some pendant dungeons to find this missing Ether Medallion. But the one place that I, you know, kind of made a conscious decision. All right, I'll skip this one location. What's the harm? You know, I got other things to do. I got places to be. I'm gonna skip Spike Cave. So yeah, not the right skip today.
Unfortunately, that's probably one of those locations. I mean, I know I skipped that one religiously, and anytime that something actually gets put in there, I can just pretty much guarantee that, yeah, that something has gone badly for me.
But I mean, other than that, you know, if it had been closer, it would have been great. I think the right person won this series, so I want to say GG's to Oneup here. He's the better runner. He deserves to be moving on. So I'm very happy to see him keep going in this tourneys. But yeah, I just wish it could have, you know, been a nice close race for y'all watching at least. But it was a friggin' blowout.
Oh, I don't know. I think you're selling yourself short there a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you definitely put up a real good fight, and yeah, I was worried coming into this match for sure. You know, about whether or not I was going to be able to pull it off or not. So yeah.
Right on.
if we're being completely honest here, like you guys were. It was up until that spike cave check. The moment, like Oneup, you had maybe I'd say maybe a minute lead on Sabo. There, it was just more that when Sabo went to Paradox Cave, it was kind of like, okay, are you gonna bomb jump across, go back in your portal, and go do spike? And the moment I saw Sabo just walk off the side, there was like, oh no. And then that was the difference in the game right there.
No.
Because minute apart at that point, and it had been a real fun scene to watch.
Yeah. I mean, like, what do we pick up there? Hook shot, right? I guess it was the big thing that I was like, oh, well, of course, it's gonna be in the Swamp Palace. Like that's just how things go, right?
Right.
So I was, just racing on to the next dungeon, right? But nope. Should have, crossed my T's and dotted my I's up on the mountain there first.
I mean, you can't fault fault you for that play. It
was a play, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an ether medallion. I mean, that sucker could be anywhere. So that's why when Oneup found it, we popped off so much here.
Right on.
Well, so Oneup, you're moving on to face Tiso 15 there. How you feeling about that matchup?
It's gonna be another hard set of matchups. There's just so many talented people these days, and in this tournament, it's I don't know. Every matchup is gonna be a tough one for sure.
Yeah, no kidding there. Tiso finishing in the top quartile there, losing 2-0 to Andy to move him into this the final match for the last spot in your brackets out of your group there. That's going to be a ton of fun for us, for everyone to watch there. I think everyone's pretty excited about that one.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be they're going to be some good races.
Well, you guys, anything else you want to add here before we move everybody over to some of the other races happening?
Nah, just GG's again to Oneup, and thanks to you guys, the crew here, for putting on a great show. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, GG, Sabo.
Right on.
All right. And coming up in about an hour in SpeedGaming 3, we will have JP Bros friend JP versus Locke. And after and in midnight at 12:10, we have Sailor Nap versus PRD1 in SpeedGaming. And at 2:10 in the morning, also on SpeedGaming, we have Ravis versus Demo, and that will end our schedule for the Thursday and Friday midnight.
Yeah, who's up for some late night rando, right? late night rando.
I know I'll be there. I'll be doing commentary for it.
Well, thank you, Sabo.
Right on.
I'll be working, so. Well, then, with all of that, guys, let's go ahead and get everybody going. There is a race right now over on SpeedGaming 3 there, P-Train versus Emo Saru. That should be about a half an hour behind this. Hopefully it's still going there. No idea what exactly going on in that race. Probably going to be sending everybody over there. Again, big shout outs to Jaxie there, doing all of the tracking, doing all of the restreaming, getting everything set up. Big thank you there, because without the restreamers and the trackers, I wouldn't have a job. And so yeah, no, definitely big thank you to Jaxie. Also, big thank yous to Blast Egg there for joining me in the commentary booth tonight. And my name's Days Cloud. Blast Egg, why don't you have last word there, bud?
Well, thank you for watching, and thanks our runner for putting out a good show. We'll see you at SpeedGaming 3.